Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that I've got for you today is a little bit of rules for thee, but not for me. Everyone loves a good rules for thee, but not for me story, and this one is not going to leave you wanting, because if you play football, or you're a member of a powerful political family, or you're rich, those rules, the infringements upon Second Amendment, they don't apply to you. Those are for the poors, for the plebeians. Yeah. Everything will be linked in the description box below, and I cannot wait to show you what Massachusetts is up to right now. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. Distributing freedom twice daily is what we're about. And now, let's get into this, because something really big happened around 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago. There was a large case decision from a citizen of New Hampshire who had basically a right, which is weird because we all have this right, to carry a firearm per the Constitution. Well, he had a permit and he went across Massachusetts state lines. He was arrested and he was charged with all sorts of gun crimes. And it made breaking news that a judge said, you can't be in trouble for having a constitutional right in one state, crossing an imaginary boundary, and then all of a sudden you're in trouble. You can't do that because it's all constitutional rights. That made big waves in the gun industry because it makes total sense. It's something we've been saying for a while. An imaginary state line is probably not a good reason for me to be incarcerated or go broke defending myself from incarceration. However, don't worry, people. If you are a member of the Patriots and you have 9 gun charges, you're fine. It's okay. You'll get 48 hours probation. You don't believe me? Let's check it out in this episode of Rules for Thee, but Not for Me. Patriots Jack Jones to serve 1 year of probation, community service in firearms case. Well, that sounds weird. A firearms case. It's a football player. What could go wrong? They are a pillar of the community. They are an economic driver. They are clearly well paid. So why should they apply for the same rules that we do? That doesn't make sense. Implied heavy sarcasm. Let's get it. This is from Foxborough, Massachusetts, from the AP. New England Patriots defensive back Jack Jones has agreed to serve 1 year of probation and 48 hours of community service in exchange for prosecutors dropping 8 of the 9 weapons charges he faced in connection with his June arrest at a security checkpoint at Boston's Logan Airport for allegedly having 2 loaded guns in his carry-on bag. The deal was reached during a hearing Tuesday in Boston's municipal court. Well, I'm sure there's a reason. I'm sure it was so minute and minor. They probably weren't big charges in Massachusetts. Except here's the list. Jones, 25. Was arrested in June after 2 firearms were found in what police identified as being his carry-on luggage. He was charged with 2 counts each of unlawful possession of a firearm, carrying a loaded firearm, possession of a large capacity magazine, and possession of ammunition without a firearm identification card. He was also charged with airport security violation. Hey, here's a quick question, guys. I know, hypothetical. How far under the jail would all of us be? Just saying. This kind of speaks to an accountability issue that we've seen consistently in our nation recently as of late. It's very in vogue. If you're a son of a president, Hunter Biden, and you're well politically connected, well, you don't have to abide by the same rules that I would have charged everyone else with. Those are for the plebeians, for the poors. That's to keep the masses in line. Us rich, elite, football players, economic drivers, pillars of the community. Those rules just simply don't apply to us. Again, all the things that the gun controllers have put forward just poof, disappear. I don't want this person to be in jail. That's not the point. The point is they passed these laws, especially in Massachusetts, one of the most stringent gun control states in the United States. They passed all of these laws against the Second Amendment rights of every single citizen in that state. Then, when someone high on the economic or the social ladder breaks those laws with impunity, it's perfectly fine. You're going to get a year probation and 48 hours of community service, and really think about what you've done. President Biden, his son. Hey, you know what? I know you have a felony gun charge. Here you go. Why don't you just have this diversionary agreement? And oh, by the way, as a little sweetener, in that diversionary agreement, we made sure and gave you full blanket immunity for anything that would happen, like foreign lobbying charges, the gun charge itself, drug charges, tax evasion, all those. It's okay. Rules for thee and not for me is one of the most unpalatable, gross, and disgusting things you could imagine, particularly in one of the most stringent gun control states imaginable. They pick and choose who they want to enforce them on. That's the big point of this video. What's the point of passing these laws if all of your propaganda and all of your rhetoric is to keep people safe unless we choose not to enforce those rules? If you're putting the choice and the arbitration of who's going to get what on local officials, and there's a different standard for different people, how is that justice? How is that law? That's not law. That is an idea and a proposal for justice or accountability that we'll decide we're going to go with or not go with, depending on if you're a politician or rich or a football player or a member of the elite, because you just have so many pressures on you. It's so gross. That's why I'm covering it. It's that gross. It's out in the open. And the more people that vote for these gun controllers, I don't know what to tell you. This is what they're doing. They're going to put these penalties on you, make landmark cases nationally when they get overturned because they went after somebody else who wasn't a celebrity. But now that they're a celebrity, it's fine. It's okay. Understand the pressures they're under. But now, let me show you the last thing here, and then we'll just go about our day. In a motion stating its decision not to continue to pursue the case further, the state attorney's office said it determined it couldn't prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt that Mr. Jones had knowledge that he possessed the firearms in his bag at time of the incident. Oh my gosh! Since when is intent the important thing? Any other case, any other person, anybody who's not rich, famous, or special, it wouldn't matter if they knew it was there, it wouldn't. It was their bag. You had a large capacity magazine. You didn't have an identification card for that ammunition. You had 2 loaded guns. You're concealing a firearm. Man, you are so far under the jail. Jimmy Hoffa's giving you a high five. But not this guy, because he's 25. He makes mistakes. And after all, he does play for the Patriots. And that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.